Oh boy, I got a good one for you today. What is happening, guys? My name is Jamie and today I am reviewing Incantation's brand new album Sect of Vile Divinities, and they are well known in the underground scene where they incorporate elements of death metal along with death doom. And this band is very similar to bands like Autopsy, but they have a very consistent discography, and a lot of people won't argue that Incantation is one of the most consistent bands out there at the moment. You have an amazing album, Incantation's last album, Profane Nexus, which was very slow, which was very doomy. So how did that compare to this album? I gotta tell you this, that this album is absolutely fantastic. It no doubt made it into my top 10 albums of August. That's because of how diverse this album is. Incorporating many elements of different genres such as brutal death metal, along with even death doom and even funeral doom. Take out the song Preparation, which is very brutal and fast at times, but then they incorporate some really slow moments. And where you get Black Fathom's Fire, which has one of the most heaviest riffs of Incantation's discography, and then it leads on to such really slow and doomy riffs. What I love about this band is how they are very similar to Autopsy, but they have different vocal styles, and the vocals on this album very cavernous, in your face, and I do love those harsh, deep growls from the depths of hell. Listening in a sewer as all this horrible fungi starts to grow around you. This is what this album feels like, and it's the overall structure of this album that is absolutely fucking fantastic. I love the first song, Ritual and Purity, which has such intense drumming along with awesome guitar riffs, but his vocals are as tense as anything. And overall, this is a very intense, brutal album, but it has its elements of surprise, such as this album gets so damn heavy and so damn brutal, but then the album accelerates and then it decelerates to a such more gloomy and doomy, bleak atmosphere. What I love about this band is how they incorporate many different atmospheres. Like some of these songs really feel ambient. These songs have been written so well by this band. And John McEntire's vocals on this album are just fantastic. Love John's vocal style. Really love the guitar riffs throughout some of these songs. The main star is Black Fathom's Fire. That is an absolute brutal song with such incredible transitions. Love the drumming, not to mention the blast beats as well as they accompany with the guitar riffs. It's just a really awesome album to sink your teeth in. But what gets even better is that if you're a fan of funeral doom, if you're a fan of death doom, you're gonna fucking well love this album, because in different passages they incorporate these type of genres. One song, Ignis Fatuus, it's just funeral doom. It's just funeral, slow funeral doom. And you think when you listen to a funeral doom song, it would go for about 10 minutes? Fuck no, this goes on for 2 minutes, which just leads on to probably one of my favorite songs off the album, Scribes of Stygian. Now this is a very doomy song, incorporate elements of death doom along with the death metal style. Really love the death metal guitar riffs and nice transitions. This song is absolutely fantastic. I just really love the dynamic range John provides throughout this song, and just to express quite a lot of emotion throughout the song. Not to mention the lyrics are pretty strong as well, but then it leads on to my favorite song off the album, which is Unborn Ambrosia. Unborn Ambrosia, so damn fucking good. There's a brilliant fucking guitar solo throughout the middle part of the song, which is out of this world, and I love the shreddy moments, and I just love how progressive this song is as well. It's definitely one of the longest songs off the album, tying around about 6 minutes, I think, but it's got its strength. It's got its strength to stand on its own, and this is what makes this album so damn fucking good, is that every song is a standalone song. There are some negatives. Sometimes the melodies can be in hit and miss for me, and that's one negative, but I just feel that this album just gets so much better as you progress. It gets so much better. From such a brutal death metal sound from the beginning of the album all the way to such a doomy and death doom, funeral doom sound at the ending. And who can ever forget the final song off the album, Siege Hive? Holy shit. The fucking outro on this song is absolutely fantastic. I love how ambient this track feels, and not to mention the beautiful guitar riffs and that guitar riff, man. I just love how there are distant screams in the background. It's just so damn a fantastic, cohesive way to tie up this album. Like I said, one negative is that the melodies sometimes they get stuck in your head. What I want from a death metal album is the melodies get stuck in your head, but at the same time sound brutal. And Incantation did that, but in some songs they didn't. But overall, there are a few forgettable songs. Another negative thing is also the overall production on this album. Now, I feel that Profane Nexus had a brilliant, absolutely fantastic production, and I just love how doomy that album is. It's just wow, absolutely incredible. There's one song on that album that is so damn slow, slowest I've heard of death metal, like nearly as slow as Funeral Doom. I absolutely love that fucking song. Can't remember what it's called, but I just feel that Profane Nexus more cohesive album than this album. But the production, like I said, on this album, the drum mix is a little bit off in my opinion. I just feel that you can't really hear the bass drum. I would have liked the drums to be a little bit more punchy on this album. Like the snare sounds fine, but it's just the bass drum that needs a bit more oomph in it. You know, oomph, you want a bit of oomph. But overall, Incantation, Sect of Vile Divinities, I will give this a 8.5 out of 10. Fucking brilliant album by this band, and Incantation remain to be one of the consistent bands of this generation. So guys, I hope you did enjoy this album review. Comment below what you thought about this album, or let me know whether you loved it or hated it and all that shit, and I will see you in the next one.